Hello, good morning, my friends. Victor Dantas here. Let me adjust my camera a little bit. Today's Wednesday, the first day of November. Man, we are 2 months away from the end of the year. It's been quite a ride. 2023, it's been a special year. I'm glad to have met so many of you on the road and the many events that I have participated. Really glad to have connected with so many of you online through the mentorship, Zero to Hero mentorship. So it's been an amazing year so far, and we still have 2 more months to go. 60 days, 60 amazing days to go. And I hope this 60 days will be awesome for the Power Platform community, for the folks using Power Pages. Um, I am seeing here a few people joining us already. Nikita from Microsoft joining from Tampa, Florida. Oh man, I'm so jealous of you, Nikita. It's so cold up here in Canada. I hope you have good weather there in Tampa, Florida. We have so many good friends there. I think my friend Mary Myers is there as well, amongst with other Power Platform heroes living in sunny Tampa, Florida. Hope to be there. Hopefully sometime soon, potentially during the winter here in Canada. Hopefully we'll get escape opportunity to Tampa, Florida. I cannot see how many folks we have here from LinkedIn, but I'm sure we have a number. So hello and good morning to the LinkedIn folks. Good morning to the folks connecting us from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Thank you and welcome. All right, so the purpose of the live today is to talk about the results of a survey. I put a survey out about specific areas of Power Pages that we believe requires either improvement on the product side or maybe improvements on the way that people in the community provide tips and tricks and enhancing our ability to customize Power Pages. So it's a twofold purpose on the survey. And again, the idea is to potentially feed information back to Microsoft in how the product can be improved, and also a call to action to folks in the community, MVPs, specialists, people who are putting content out there, and how we can make things better for you, the users, the makers, citizen developers, creating new solutions using Power Pages. So I'm going to share my screen. We'll start talking about each topic and the idea behind each category and how they perform in both the survey on LinkedIn and the survey in Twitter. And we'll talk about those. If you have questions, comments, suggestions, you can use the comment area in this chat, and we'll try to gather information, maybe respond to some of the questions here live, but also gather information and push to the proper channel so we can get traction here. All right, so let me share my screen and we'll dive right into it. All right, let's see. Hopefully I have the right screen. I do. So first of all, we're gonna look at the results from LinkedIn. So in the LinkedIn platform, the first category that I put up there was enhanced starter templates. So that one came up with 17% of the total of 64 votes. And this particular category here is related to the templates that you get when you create a new Power Pages website. So when you start fresh, you want to create a site. We put a category here to indicate both to Microsoft and potentially to other folks that the community would like to see improved starter templates. Now, the survey was put out, I think, a day before Microsoft made an announcement of Copilot for provisioning new Power Pages site. So right right now, if you can use Copilot to create your new Power Pages website, you get a better result than the plain starter template. So that is already a benefit for you if you are working with new sites. You can use Copilot for it. But I have used Copilot, and although it gives me better results than the starter templates, it's not quite there yet. So if you voted in this area, what you're saying is Microsoft and also MVPs and specialists out there, please build additional starter templates so that when we begin a new project, we have not only more compelling Power Pages sites, but you have starter templates with custom fonts, starter templates with appropriate image assets that represents the idea of the site that you are trying to construct. Okay, so that is the vote, and it came up with 17%. Looking at the demographics, if you will, of people voting in that category, and also the companies that these folks work for, what I noticed was that folks working for the big tech, for the big consulting companies, they massively vote in this category. So it's almost as if companies and big consulting companies are saying we would like to have a database of templates that we can leverage when we start new projects. Excuse me. So this is what I have seen. So let me pause a little bit. I can see that I have some comments on LinkedIn that are not cropping up in my video platform. So let me see what folks are saying there now. Just 1 second. Yeah, there was a question around these templates and where to get it. So yes, we don't have this yet, but we'll have some information in the future about it. All right. Second category, functional sites. So the first category is templates. You'd get HTML content, images, so on and so forth, that would represent a particular brand or idea for your website, but not really a system or functionality behind the website. So this is what the second category talks about. Functional websites, aka accelerators. Can we have a repository of accelerators built for Power Pages? That second category came up with 16% of the votes. So it's the least voted category. But again, looking at the demographics, looking at the people who voted for it, it was mostly big consulting companies voting for that category. Okay. And then the third category, but the second one in vote from the LinkedIn survey, is PCF components. So folks are looking for pre-packaged, pre-built PCF components that can work on, I assume, work on Dataverse, model-driven apps, Canvas apps, and Power Pages sites. All right. There is a number of those components within a PCF gallery, and I'll go there briefly. So in PCF gallery, you can search for components and you can mark the ones that are compatible with, sorry for the old terminology here, Power Apps portals, but you can see that there are a number of components that work in Power Pages to date. So I believe folks that voted here, they want to see more, not only more PCF components, but PCF components that also have a good presentation layer, if you will, within Power Pages. There's a number of PCF components that work on all three apps that I mentioned: model-driven apps, Canvas apps, and Power Pages, but the presentation, the rendering of those components in Power Pages is not optimal. So the way I read people voting here is that I would like a PCF component that works perfectly in my Power Pages website. So the presentation doesn't give away that it is a PCF component being hosted in a particular engine that runs on Bootstrap. All right. So we heard you, and we're gonna work there to make it happen. Now, surprisingly, the category that had the most votes was the JavaScript library slash components. And what I understand people are after here is a set of libraries that they can upload to their Power Pages website and they can use. And it could potentially be libraries that are hybrid between libraries that we already know, React, Vue, and whatnot, but it's still compatible with Power Pages websites. So this is my read. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But what I understand is that people are after JavaScript libraries that they can plug and play, and those libraries will communicate with components of Power Pages websites, you know, the pre-built forms, advanced forms, lists, so on and so forth. And they can still leverage the syntaxes they are familiar with, you know, React, Vue, and whatnot. So that's what I've understood. But this is the most voted category here on LinkedIn. So let's flip the script a little bit and let's go to Twitter and let's see the results there. Now, similar trend here. Of course, the two least voted categories were similar to the ones on LinkedIn, but then the top two are very similar. So with 27%, we had PCF components, and again, JavaScript libraries, massive votes in JavaScript libraries. So, all right. We love the fact that you took the time to provide your feedback. We really appreciate everybody who voted. And we are going to make every effort to take this information and provide this data to Microsoft and see what's possible to do today. What I can assure you from the community side is that we will make every effort to respond to this survey. And you see hints of particular community activities that we are going to do, targeting solving this particular issues and providing assets to make your experience as a citizen developer and a pro developer within Power Pages easier. All right. So, and there will be a hybrid of community and also for profit on this venture. I would assume Microsoft will respond to the surveys by incorporating some of these features and ideas into the product, but also on the community side, we'll try to respond and assist you there. All right. So stay tuned, stay connected. There'll be announcements in that area shortly here. And I hope we can fulfill the expectation of the community in the coming days. All right. Again, thank you so much for all the information you provided, the suggestions. In the comments area, we have some comments there as well. So the mighty one, if you will, Nick Doma, the greatest of all time, he has provided some ideas in how we can make things better. If you look at enabling the ability of extending or editing web templates from the web is a big one. Today, you can do it using VS Code, but it'd be nice to do it through Design Studio, especially if we can see how those web templates are connected to pages. If there is a way to list it, okay, when I make a change to a web template, tell me all pages that are using it. That would be great. If we can have that interdependence today, Power Pages doesn't provide ways for us to compile and see what breaks when we make a change to a web template. So seeing what is connected or what is dependent of those templates would be great. Ability to manage content snippets through Web Studio, through Design Studio, again, big one. Create a native form and view editor for Power Pages today. And I talked about it on my last workshop during MPPC. The form editor currently available in Design Studio does not render the form using the rendering engine for Power Pages, so we can't see exactly how that form will render once it's applied to a page. So it'll be great to see it there. Finish the work on web templates as components. Again, if you don't know this, you can create a web template and create parameters to that template that can then be plugged or used on a page. So this is what Nick's referring to. Add data modeling Copilot. Yeah, big one. Everybody's tired of creating fields manually. It would be nice if Copilot can create that for us. Configure site settings and content snippets to be like environment variables. Great suggestion here from Nick. Bootstrap 5. Maybe bring your own framework. That would be great. You can kind of do that using your own CSS, your custom CSS, but it's still not your own framework. So you are extending Bootstrap 5, but you still bring your own CSS. Portal Web API calls, custom function. That would be great also. And then Neil Benson from Australia, he's talking about styling pages. Again, I think this goes hand to hand with custom additional starter templates, a library of templates that people can pick and choose from. Let's see what else. Franco Musso, a great Power Pages advocate, also provided insight here. He's saying, also add a major value for my projects. PCF components, especially PCF components for lookup columns. We are not able to add PCF for lookup columns just yet for Power Pages, but it would be nice to do that. I think it's one of the most complex UI, and we don't get a whole lot of extensibility there. So it would be nice to tackle that one. So those were the 4 comments that we saw online when we released the survey, and we hope we can get more people or more engagement from Microsoft in delivering answers there, but also the community as well to get involved and provide some solutions in that area. All right. So this is what I have for today. I hope it was beneficial. I see Erickson Domte from the Philippines also here, live and connected. Hello to all folks in the community in the Philippines. Again, have good friends there. I had a chance to connect one of the MVPs from the Philippines during MPPC. It was great to connect folks from all over the globe there in Vegas this last October. This is all I have for today. Stay tuned. We are going to have a lot of news in this regard, in everything that we talked about. We want to respond to the community's engagement here. We want to provide, again, additional JavaScript libraries for your Power Page use. We wanted to provide starter templates, so we will respond to this, trust me. As far as JavaScript library is concerned, I've mentioned this particular library before. I'm just gonna put it out there. Once again, XRM Portal.js, pretty much everything that you can do with jQuery today, you can do with this library. What I like about it, it's the way that it handles the syntax for changing field values, making a field visible or not. I personally think it's a lot easier to use. So if you're setting a field value, you can do it this way, very similar to what the XRM library was for forms in model-driven apps. But you can do this for lookups. If you try to set a lookup value using jQuery, you know it's not a trivial job. Not very hard, but it's not a single line of code. So you have to do more. So this library helps not only for those simple field operations, but you can also attach events to your fields, and you can configure date picker behavior using the library. You can do a lot of other things using this JavaScript library. This one's open source, so it's very easy to use. I do use it quite a bit. If you have suggestions on different libraries, let us know. We can compile a list of different libraries that can be used, maybe with some examples, and make it easier for users there as well. I see Steve Mordew, MVP. Had the pleasure of meeting him also during MPPC. Steve is American. He's currently in Brazil, my home country. He's living in São Paulo. The folks who live in São Paulo and are hosting events, you're welcome. I'm gonna volunteer Steve for events in Brazil. But yeah, great guy. He runs the Rapid CRM initiative, the Rapid CRM product, doing a little bit of free marketing for you here, Steve. This is the trimmed down version of CRM for users of Dataverse. So Steve, great to have you here. Anyways, so this is what we are going to do for Power Pages. Hopefully we'll have news very soon here, very soon, and we'll be able to help you in your Power Pages endeavors, in your development efforts, okay? Send me a note. You can send me a private message here through LinkedIn. You can send me a comment or a note on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. If you would like to hear more about Power Pages initiatives, if you don't feel like your questions or your concerns were not addressed in this live broadcast, let me know. We may do another one, and we'll try to cover all fronts in this Power Pages universe, if you will. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great Wednesday. Have a great end of your week, and we'll talk soon. All right. Again, if you want to have a cool shirt like mine, look for Nikita on LinkedIn and ask for one. All right, Nikita, thank you so much for all the support you always give us, the community here, the MVPs in Power Pages Arena, and we'll talk soon. All right, everyone, take care, and we'll talk later. Bye-bye.